Hey guys, thanks for joining us on the Wichita Real Producers Beyond the Pages podcast. I'm your host, Sam Lucerini, and I have preferred partner Jason Jabara of Jabara's Carpet Outlet and realtor Christy Friesen of RE/MAX. So today we are going to talk a little bit about everything, some carpet, some flooring, some gardening, some real estate, some serving on boards, you name it, well, everything in between. So on that topic, Jason, do you want to start us out? Tell us a little bit about you and Jabara's, just the history there, and then why you invited Christy as your realtor guest today.
Sure. My name is Jason Jabara. I'm the CEO at Jabara's Carpet Outlet here in Wichita, Kansas. So we've been around since 1970, and we're a full-service retail flooring and home improvement store. So sell primarily flooring, carpet, laminate, wood, vinyl plank, sheet vinyl, but we also have a home improvement store too. So we sell cabinets, sinks, toilets, paint brushes, things like that. So
yeah, so they can skip going to the big box stores because you do truly have almost everything that they might need.
Yeah, everything that they need. Shop local. We carry a huge inventory too. So a lot of times at the box stores, they're not going to have as much as you need for your project, and we usually have everything in stock. So, and the biggest thing is we work with a lot of realtors like Christy too. So, we try and take the pressure off them with getting a house ready to sell or a new home that's just been purchased too. So.
Yeah, and I'm a testament to that as well. Whether it's rental properties or investments, you guys know the time constraints that realtors are under. You know that sometimes people can't pay for this until it's after closing, and you accommodate all of those situations, and I think that's really what sets you apart.
Yep, we've got a lot of options for our realtors and all our partners out there. So
very good. So then, how did you become friends with Christy?
We had some mutual friends several years ago, and we met that way. And then, she's been sending a lot of her clients to us. In fact, she primarily works with, we have a realtor specialist, Kyle Anderson. So, one of the great things about our program is that she can just call Kyle and say, hey, I've got Mr. or Mrs. Jane Doe. They're selling their house, and just turn them right over. So, that way she doesn't have to worry about anything. She knows that they're in great hands, and we just kind of take it from there. So.
Right. And then the house is actually ready to sell.
Right.
It's all ready to rock and roll. Okay. Very good. So Christy, tell us a little bit about your personal story, when you got into real estate, why you chose real estate. Just start with that.
Why I chose real estate? Well, I think real estate chose me maybe. I actually was teaching Spanish at Wichita State University, and I was bartending to pay for school. And I had a really fun regular named Greg Robson who said, you should get a real estate license. And I said,
those words.
Okay.
It gets you.
And here we are, and it's 17 years later, and throughout the years, we follow each other office to office, and he's my go-to. If I have questions, he knows a lot more about a lot of things than I do, so
sure.
He's the guy I still call and ask questions. Yeah.
It's important to have those mentors, to have those people in the business that have seen a lot of things. One thing that always stands out to me is when I was interviewing Tim Holt, who is another great one.
I love Tim.
He
a
loves
mentor
you.
too.
Yep, absolutely. And he says there's a handful of agents here in town, most of which are like you, very successful. And he says, those are my real estate kids. That's how he views you guys.
I call him my real estate dad.
Yep,
yeah.
Precisely. I had one of those as well. So it makes a big difference, I think, having that knowledge, because you can get a lot of people in trouble, yourself included.
Yes.
And if you don't have that right knowledge or those right mentors that taught you the right way, then you're just doing everyone a disservice.
Agreed.
Yeah. Very good. I like that. So Jason, been in business, family business since 1970, which means you've basically been working since you were a small child, probably growing up in Jabara's.
Yeah, for the most part. There's been some lapses in there where I've done some other things, but mostly in the family business.
Yeah, you always came back to it. I like that. So what does a typical day look like for you at Jabara's? When you're not traveling, when you're not doing all those, shows across the country.
Lots of emails, lots of small fires, lots of hands to shake. So, I try and get on the floor as much as possible. I don't sell nearly as much as I used to, but I still, like, if I could do that, I'd really enjoy my day every day. If
selling on the floor.
If I just got to talk to customers and set
that
up
was your only worry.
And, figure jobs. That's the fun part. It's all the little things that seem to add up. But it's a lot of emails. I do most of the marketing, most of the online stuff. I mean, I have a good team. A sales manager takes care of the showroom and the sales staff, and I've got a operations manager that takes care of all the installations and the warehouse and things like that. So, when I have to go out of town to travel to shows and things like that to see new products, or if I've got to go on buying trips and things like that, I've got a great staff that, the day-to-day operations of the store is generally handled by them, which allows me time to focus on bigger picture things.
Yeah,
so
growing, all those kinds of things. Yeah. How many square feet is the main huge warehouse? I mean, I know it's a city block. We all know that.
Yeah.
If you've listened to radio ever in the last 40 years of your life, you know the jingle.
It's 1 square block. So the 2 buildings combined is about 156,000 square feet.
That's amazing.
That is packed to the gills with flooring.
It is. Yeah. And if you've not been there, I mean, it is just quite a sight to see. Even if you don't need to buy any flooring, it's just so cool to see it. How often do you clean all the floors?
Every
I know that's
day.
that's a lot of flooring to clean.
The warehouse floors get swept. My team convinced me we were paying a company that they would come in every 2 weeks and at night, so we had to have somebody stay and lock up and let them back out again.
Yeah, and
then they'd strip it and wax it a couple times a year. But we spent the extra money and just bought a machine.
Smart,
and it's already paid for itself.
Of course,
so they.
So is it just one that you ride on, like a little Zamboni?
They don't ride on it. I'm glad they don't ride on it. They'd ride all over the floor, all over the store with it. It's bad enough that they drive the forklifts around, but no, they sweep every day and then they use that machine every other day, something like that.
Good.
So
that's a lot of square feet.
It is.
That's pretty cool, though. I love that.
That'd be a good social media for you guys if one of your guys rode the thing around the
time lapse.
We do a lot of social media. I have yet to jump the shark yet. I'm not get on down here I haven't pulled the trigger on it.
I'd watch that.
I know.
I think
it'd be successful, but I can't do it.
After what your predecessors, what the other men in your family have done and created, I feel like you just have to.
Yeah,
eventually. I know a guy for video.
We're men of few words.
Yes, that's okay. That's all right. What is the craziest flooring story that you can recall? Or like,
normally, lucky enough for us that most of the crazy flooring stories happen to our installation crews on the jobs.
Okay.
So every once in a while, we'll get somebody that comes in that left their carpet at our store for us to hold for like 6 years, and we don't know where it is, and then it's our fault. And so we have like a storage policy. So we'll keep it at our store 3 months free of charge, and then we charge $3 a day. And they're notified by letter, by email.
Yes.
And they just ignore it, and then they come in and
they get upset.
Yeah, and they get upset. So,
sure.
But most of them are crazy installation stories from. We've had customers that will come to the door naked, that will walk around naked while the installers are doing it, that if we're supposed to move their furniture and stuff, that they leave things out that probably should be packed away in boxes ahead of time.
Got it.
They're all installation stories. And I didn't believe the guys, most of the time.
Right.
But the stories are so consistent that it has to be that way. So.
Humans are funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy for sure. Okay. Well, it's been over 50 years, but what is your 5-year goal? Or the next 50-year goal? Shoot, let's just aim big for Jabara's.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. We've looked at having other stores in other cities or in other parts of town. We're pretty centrally located right now. It's hard to replicate the size and scope of the building in another city, so we could open satellites. But I just don't know if there's anywhere that's far enough away that, we've looked at Derby, but everybody from Derby shops in Wichita. We looked at Goddard and Andover and Newton,
they all come.
But we're centrally located now. So most of our focus now has been online. So outside of box stores, Jabara's is the only flooring store in the city where you can purchase flooring online. We don't sell carpet online, but anything that comes in a box. So tile, laminate, carpet tile, wood, area rugs.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 items that we have on our website now that you can purchase. And we ship all over the country right now too. So,
smart.
Because we stock so much inventory that, we oftentimes have items that other stores around the country do not have, and somebody still needs a box of this or a box of that. And our website is ingrained enough that when they type in this particular product, it's still going to show Jabara's at the top of their Google feed, even if they're in. We just got one in Sacramento, California.
Nice.
Just last week of a product that we just happened to have, and they were looking it up from where they were at, where it should show their local company. But it's showing Jabara's because
you have it.
Because of the depth of our website too, because it's so ingrained. So
that's fantastic.
So we're selling a lot of stuff online. We just opened up a turf division this last year, and our shop at home division is doing well too. So
very nice. I like that. And I know that you even have the flooring, like the gym flooring or the turf, or basically anything that somebody could look for. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I like that. So continuing on that. What is an unusual habit or an absurd thing that you do or that you like?
That I do, I don't know if it's unusual. I garden a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Let's expand on that.
I garden a lot and I can a lot. So I my own salsa and tomato sauce and marinara sauce. And
yes.
Tiki masala sauce. I do a lot of gardening. So
yes. And that's what I've seen on social media. If you follow Jason on social media, you're going to see a lot of food porn. There's going to be a lot.
Yeah. A lot of hunting, a lot of fishing, and then a lot of gardening. So.
And I love that. That's good. So do you kind of, are you selling any of those? Or are you just giving them as gifts?
I just give them away. Yeah. If people want to, I just give it away. A lot of pickles and stuff too. So cucumbers and tomatoes are. We got a dog 2 years ago, and I had to pet proof the garden because he doesn't eat tomatoes or cucumbers, but he thinks they're play toys. So it's been he's a 100-pound golden doodle who still thinks he weighs 5 pounds, and he's into everything all the time. So pet proofing the garden has been a little bit difficult. But
there you go. That's all right. What is your favorite thing that you make from your garden or that you can?
So I mean, I like making salsas and even green salsas and stuff like that. But my wife's family, her grandmother, so my grandmother-in-law, I don't know, has this old German pickle recipe. And I love her pickles, and I've been eating them for 20 plus years now. And and it's 4 ingredients. It's water, salt, garlic, and dill weed. That's it. And I still can't figure it out. And she's even written down the instructions, and they still
do doesn't not taste the way.
It may be the water in Ellis. I don't know what it is, but I still can't figure it out.
Well, it's made with love. That's what you're missing.
That is probably what it is. She's had 85 years of practice. I've
that's
had
true.
5. So
there you go. You're on your way. All right. So Ms. Christy, let's switch over to you. Kind of going into the real estate realm here. You've been in real estate a long time, long enough to see a lot of highs and lows. So how would you describe our real estate market today?
Man, that's like a loaded question.
I know,
it's very unpredictable right now. Well, I mean, it's definitely increased in the last couple of weeks. So
good.
When the rates went way up in October, everyone had a cow.
Yes.
Everybody decided they're going to live in their mom's basement for a while. And
that's right.
My team, when I say we, the 4 of us, we had a very slow period of time where we were all thinking, this is going to be really bad. This next year is not going to be good. And then all of a sudden, the last 2 weekends, it's just been bam, 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 bam.
Good.
And they're all busy and kind of freaking out in a different way.
Sure.
So I don't know. I don't think this year's going to be any different than last year. I think everybody was scared for a minute, but the rates aren't 8% anymore.
Yeah, they're like 5, 6.
Well, yeah, and historically, that's really not that bad.
No, that's fantastic. People have been refining down to those rates.
When we bought our house, we thought 5 was amazing, and we paid money to have that done. So I think this year's going to be just as busy as last year.
Okay, good.
And the statistics are I cannot talk. The statistics are saying actually that in January, sales came back up, and it reversed that 6-month slide that we had been in.
Good.
So I think it'll be a busy year.
Good. I like that. And especially, hopefully we're seeing a little bit more normalcy, whereas, then to February and March begins, that's when, the spring, frantic stuff.
And if it's busy now and it's February,
yeah,
this is way busier than we normally are in a February, and the phone is ringing off the hook for people that want to do stuff. So I think we're going to be maybe another frantic hair on fire year. We'll see.
I like to hear that for you guys.
Yeah. Well, you too, right? Or
yes.
you're not selling anymore.
No. No. I don't want to sell anymore. No. I just want to love on my partners.
I get it.
And do fun things like this. Yes. But I do enjoy, logging into MLS and seeing it and still being able to have the ability to sell if I ever wanted. But my mama's still in real estate, so I just give my referrals to her.
Easy enough.
Yeah, she's earned them. So outside of work, what are you doing with your time? I know there's a little house in another country.
We have a small house in another country. Yes. We bought an Airbnb, a VRBO in Costa Rica this year.
Yes.
Actually last year. I would say that it's been a massive learning experience, and it's not something at this point in time that I would suggest to a lot of people.
Okay.
It's been very challenging. Construction standards there are much, much different than ours are, and we're chasing repairs around all the time.
Sounds like a headache.
Yeah, it's interesting. My husband is actually on short notice flying down tomorrow to go and find out why we have plumbing for our pool underground on the other side of our property line. Good times, yeah. It's stuff like that all the time.
Lord. Well, he'll be missing the cold weather that we're about to experience.
He's excited, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could go, but I have to work.
I know.
It's life. No, it's great to go down there, and it's awesome to have a place to stay. And,
absolutely.
It's been, it pays for our trips down there, basically.
Yes, it's wise.
Yeah. So I don't
investment.
know. We're going to see how it goes here for the next little while, and
you just got to get through these bumps, and then you'll be okay.
If we're keeping it or if we're doing something different.
I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then I know you are now on our RSCK board. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about that. Why did you decide to do that, and what are you doing with that?
I didn't know how much there was to know until I was on that board. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes I just had no idea about. Actually, I think the first person that approached me was Marv Schellenberg. He owns our office.
Yes.
And he said I should try to go do it. So I thought, all right, why not? Volunteer, give something back.
Yes.
This is actually my third year. And this year I'm the treasurer secretary. So I will be the president in 2025.
How exciting.
Yeah.
I know. That's cool. Call you Miss President?
No. We don't have to do that. Don't have to do that.
No.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's exciting, but I'm terrified. Like, it's so much.
Sure.
And I don't want to disappoint anybody. So it's a huge learning experience.
Yeah. But I think that's just going to just catapult your career even more, because you're going to be so well-rounded in this aspect of things that people don't know. And it's just going to make you mean the knowledge that you're going to be gaining from this.
The knowledge is great. Yeah. Yep. That's the main thing to get out of it, is the knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. Mm-hmm. And what are you doing with your free time when you're not doing board things or doing real estate or, managing a home in Costa Rica? What are you doing?
Mostly travel. I'm also on the board for Wichita Animal Action League. So we do, I don't get to do as much time-wise there as I would like to because of everything else going on, but there's a lot involved with that.
Yeah.
And Stephanie McCurdy is on that board also.
Yep.
She's actually one of the reasons I got into it. Yeah. So I love to go to yoga. Travel is what I do with almost all my free time. Yeah. If I can't get down to the new house, I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Go explore.
Yeah. And you know how that goes. You work when you're gone. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's no vacation. It's just go somewhere else and work from there.
Right.
So people always go, oh, must be nice. Well,
no, I'm still working.
It is, but I'm not. It's not like I'm just hanging out at the beach all day.
You're not ignoring emails in your phone.
I'm still working my own contracts, and I'm still present. So I don't know. It's a whole different, I used to get upset about that. I used to think, I never can get a day off. This is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I should be able to have a day off where no one calls me and I don't have to answer one text. And I think aside from Christmas in the last 15 years, that's never, ever happened. So, and sometimes even on Christmas. At one point, I just decided, okay, stop complaining about it.
That's right.
It is what it is. Be happy to be busy. Make your money and get out.
Yeah.
So,
that's right. Because if your phone isn't ringing and your emails aren't blowing up,
and you're not making money.
That's right. Then you don't have a pipeline.
Yep.
So that's something to be grateful for. So it is. It's all about that simple mind shift.
I had to. Yeah. It took a minute, but I finally was like, all right, It is what it is. Either stop doing this or
suck it up.
Suck it up and
start to enjoy it.
Yeah.
What would you like our listeners to know about WAL, about the Wichita Animal Action League?
So it's an awesome group. The ladies there are all very, very involved. Most of what we do is based on volunteers and donations. We are currently shifting our priorities maybe a little more to prevention than we are to. So there are some other groups in town that, you see them on social media and they're taking the dog off death row. Mm-hmm. We're trying to keep the dog from getting to death row to begin with. We don't.
Got it.
We're trying to work more on proactive programs, spay and neuter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Spay and neuter type things. We actually have a brand new program called Pets for Life, which focuses on one specific area in Wichita where the pet population is just crazy. People don't have resources to take care of the animals. They don't have vaccinations. So it's like a 1 square mile of the city where we are spending quite a lot of time and resources to knock door to door, go in there and keep at least that neighborhood, all of those animals from going to death row type of items. So I don't know. There's a whole lot going on there. We're talking about all kinds of exciting stuff in the next couple of years, but again, it's all based on people's goodwill and volunteers and fosters. That's a big deal. All the shelters are overrun right now, and we don't have enough fosters for all the animals. So, it becomes tough when they don't have anywhere to go. That's how they end up on death row.
Yeah, that's sad. Well, that's a good reminder. That's a good reminder to take care of those pets because they really are one of our
Like Bob Barker said, spay and neuter, it's a big deal.
That's right. That's right. Because those pets are, in a way, they're everyone's emotional support animals. I mean, they're incredible when you've got your
furry kids.
Your dogs love them or hate them, whether they're getting into the garden or not. They're
I have one that eats rocks, but I love her.
Oh, I have one that eats worse things than that. We just won't talk about it on there. What purchase of $100 or less has been super impactful for you?
This sounds like a really first world purchase, but TSA PreCheck was like $75.
Yes.
And you don't have to wait in line at the airport anymore. It's the best thing ever.
It is.
Yeah, and we always laugh. We're like, we walk up front and people are looking at us like,
yeah, like, and you get to be VIP for a moment,
hello.
But then you go wait in line for like 30 minutes to board the plane.
Right. But it's $75 for 5 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But you haven't
3 or 5 years.
upgraded to like Omni or Clear.
We did. We have Clear also.
Yeah, Clear.
But that was
great.
more than $100.
Yeah.
Right. And Clear, we don't have a station in Wichita.
Right.
So
we had to wait. We had to get on a waiting list, and we had to plan a trip back from the other house in an airport where we could get an appointment, and it had to be during business hours. There was one we went to where they were like, we don't do these after 4 on Thursday. Okay, whatever. So it took us 6 months to get our stuff done and get our appointment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, what about you? Purchase of $100 or less?
I don't think I've purchased anything for less than $100. I have kids.
Yeah. Like canning supplies? That's what I would think of.
No.
Nope, those are expensive too. And this dang inflation, maybe I need to change my pricing here to $200.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I purchased a new tripod the other day for, I've been doing a lot of videoing for both of my kids, for dance and volleyball, that
good.
I've kind of been put in charge of the parent that takes the video, so there's not like 12 tripods out there filming everybody. So that's been helpful for me, at least in the last few months.
So you don't have to sit there and hold anything.
No, it does it all by itself. So
all right, I like that. So this question is for both of you as well. So when we experience a failure in the moment, right, it seems devastating. There's a lot of emotion there, usually negative. But looking back, hindsight is usually 20/20, and then we can usually see that failure was a blessing, something that protected us. So professionally or personally, is there something that comes to mind for you guys in a parent failure that actually was a blessing?
You go first.
Okay, you go first.
I saw this on the sheet and I was like, this one's hard.
It's tough. It is. I mean, it kind of goes back to that whole, the cliche saying of, there's always a silver lining.
Right.
There's always something to be learned, something good. But sometimes when we've really failed in a certain industry or a certain career path, or with a certain deal or a certain brokerage, whatever, it's, we look back and then we're just super grateful, grateful. And that's okay if anything doesn't come to mind.
Well, no, the only thing, we work with a couple of the larger manufacturers, Mohawk Industries and Shaw Industries. They're probably the two biggest flooring manufacturers in the world. And they're both really great partners. And so they'll often ask us times, hey, we're thinking about doing this. Would you be interested in doing it? So we act like a guinea pig a lot of times for them.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm always willing to try anything, because even if it doesn't work, then I'll know what didn't work, and then we can move, pivot to a different area. So, trying things out that I've at one point we went through 6 different CRM scheduling for customers. So they go onto the website, and then the lead would come into our site, and then how that was managed, and didn't work. I mean, they just weren't user friendly. They weren't intuitive.
Those
it took about
nightmares.
Yeah, it took about 6 tries, and my staff was like, quit changing. I'm like, but it's free, and in a year, if I need a favor, then that favor is going to be there because we tried these things for them. So, I think that's the best thing about at least the way we run our company is we're not. If we buy something and it turns out that it was uglier than we thought it was, then we won't buy it again. But
great.
It may also be something that hits that people love that I wouldn't have expected that they would love. So, we're always willing to try something. And even if we fail, at least we know, and then it tells us more information what we're going to do the next time. So
I love that. And I also love, Jason, that you are so open-minded and willing to try new things, right? You're not stuck in your ways because we've done this like this for, 50 years. I think that says a lot. And I think that also is a testament to why you guys have survived.
Yeah, you have to grow and adapt, or you're not going to survive. Right. I mean, you're not going to survive the big box stores and the multi-store chains that are out there.
Yeah.
It's like, Floor and Decor came to Wichita a couple of years ago, and all the flooring stores freaked out. And I said, "What's the big deal? I said, they sell mostly tile. Nobody likes tile in Wichita because we have basements and subfloors. I mean, it's $10 to $15 a square foot to install tile before you even look at the product.
Yeah.
And they still don't have anybody there that knows anything. I mean, it's like you go into a box store and you need a particular screw or whatever you need. It's hard to find help. So if you have people and train them correctly and they know flooring or whatever that job is, you're going to be more successful. So
yeah, I like that. That's a good analogy. Anything come to mind?
This
Costa Rica house, I feel like, is becoming something of a learning. Yes.
I mean, it's been a learning experience. And we regardless, whatever we do, if we sell it, we will buy something else in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
We've learned a little bit about noise factor and seasons. We've learned a lot about red dirt one season of year, and most of our place is completely open air. So that's fun. We didn't really think about that with white tile.
Oh, gosh.
If you want to come down and stay a week and help me out with getting that retiled, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, tile will work in that area.
Oh, man. And they did it with white grout, so it was clean and pretty. Yeah, it was not clean and pretty anymore. So just all kinds of little things.
Mercy.
It's definitely a learning experience. But I think if we we're either going to end up redoing everything and keeping it and making it solid the way that it should be, or we'll sell it and we'll use all the lessons we've learned to buy.
That's right.
Something that doesn't have all these issues. Yeah.
That is a perfect, that's perfect. So it wasn't a failure.
Thanks for the idea. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Again, it's all the mindset.
It's not
shift.
a failure yet.
It's not. No, it's not. It's the lessons. You learn what doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to end with a little fun speed round of would you rather questions. And this first one, I really don't know what you'll answer, but hardwood or carpet, Jason?
I like hard surface. Most guys like carpet, though. They like squish and soft and warm.
Yeah.
So for me, it'd be carpet in the bedrooms, hard surface everywhere else.
Okay, that's fine. I'll allow the answer. All right, Christy?
Hardwood only if it's real wood.
Okay, yeah.
That's hardwood, right, though? That's not laminate.
I would agree. And I'm on the same page with you, especially with two dogs. Like,
it's the
I don't
dog
want to see
factor.
another piece of carpet in my house ever.
Right.
Again,
It's
no
the dog
offense.
factor,
I will do rugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, other than that. Would you rather be covered in fur or scales?
Fur.
That was cute. Good job. That was unplanned. I like it. Would you rather go to jail for a year or go to jail with a Rubik's Cube and not leave until it's completed?
It may take a year, but I would still rather go with the Rubik's Cube.
I would too. I'd figure it out.
I'm not built for jail. So.
No.
If you have nothing else to do, you'd
prison.
figure it out.
Unless you can garden.
Yeah.
Unless you're in charge of the gardening there.
I don't want to be known for anything in jail. So.
No, except getting a Rubik's Cube done in a week. That's all. Would you rather spend the rest of your life in a sailboat or on an RV?
Oh, sailboat.
Okay.
And I'm RV.
All right. Would you rather be able to go back in time or tell the future?
Future.
You know that you were on it.
I looked at them this morning. So,
okay, good. All right, we're good.
I don't know. It'd be a toss-up. Probably tell the future, though.
Tell the future.
To an extent.
And adapt. Okay. 100-year-old home or a new build?
No.
I think I'd still be an older home. I think they've settled. You know what's wrong. I mean, you're probably constantly fixing things. But,
right.
Yeah, new builds. After a year, the nails are starting to pop out of the walls. And you got to go back and fix everything. And you probably
depends on the builder.
You probably bought builder grade materials anyway, and you got to go back and replace all that stuff.
Yeah. It depends on what flooring company you got. No,
plus, we're all residential remodels, so I've got to have the old houses that we're fixing back up again.
That's right.
We don't do new construction.
That's right. There you go. Fair. I agree. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Would you rather lose the ability to read or to write?
Right.
Yeah, it'd be right.
Okay. I like it. Very good. I like that you're so on top of it. You were precise.
I wanted to be prepared.
Yes, you exactly what you want. Well, thank you guys. Christy, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And Jason, thank you as well. And so that's a wrap on our Wichita Real Producers Beyond the Pages podcast. Be sure and subscribe here on YouTube so you're not missing any of our weekly drops of our podcast. Thanks, guys.